So,
welcome everybody to round 8. Feature match for this round. On the left is Sean Weihe, and the right is Christian Valenti. In the booth is myself, Ray Punzlan, and Eric, Mr. Suitcase from the MTG cast, and also guests on the Monday Night Magic show.
yeah.
So I got it all this time.
A very good job. And I know Christian was playing at Table 1 last round, and obviously won there as these guys are both 7-0.
Okay, Flare Husk into Porcelain Legionnaire. Nice aggressive start for Sean. Porcelain Legionnaire, as we said throughout the day, one of the highlights of the aggressive strategies in this format. Gold Mirror for Christian. So he seems to be in black white. He has Elspeth Terrell in his hand. Third land, crash in for 4.
And that's that is one of your wonderful fast starts. And going ahead and trading the Flare Husk Germ for the Gold Mirror there.
Phyrexian Crusader comes into play. It's one of the cards that's good even if you're not infect.
Yeah, because it certainly threatens to just take over the game all on its own.
Now, just a Phyrexian Rager for Christian Valenti here. I don't know if this is going to be if this is the type of game he's playing, and Sean stays aggressive. I don't know if that will be enough for him to be able to stay in this game. Phyrexian Crusader, it's going to be 3 poison, 3 damage. We've got the double damage going on there. Just passes a turn. Double wins, rather, I should say. Excuse me, Necrogen Scudder appears to be drawn.
And is that
the Wellspring that
okay.
searches up the land.
Nice. Brings them up to 4 mana.
Last week we saw those popular, not only in Limited, but one of the very popular cards in Block Constructed too.
Yeah.
Both Wellsprings, for that matter.
I was talking to Tom Martell earlier in the day, and he was mentioning the fact that for Constructed, Block seems like the mana is not that great. But for Limited, it really feels like it is great because you have the mana mirrors combined with this card and your spell bomb and whatnot. It seems to be able to fix the mana pretty well in Limited. So now the Phyrexian Rager's jumping in front of that Porcelain Legionnaire and
gets Apostle Blessings and then a Grim Affliction in response.
Yeah. So
yeah. Not exactly what Christian wanted to see.
So he's having it resolve. I guess
So it does -1, -1, then proliferates. So gets rid of that, an additional poison counter too.
So he's already up to 6 poison, and especially when you see that Flare Husk equipped Crusader, that's got to be something really scary. He just
there was a Skin Render. Get rid of Phyrexian Crusader.
That is definitely the scary card you need to get rid of in that position.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Sean has too much other infect creatures, so now this game is back to a little slower.
Yeah, 18-12, even if you're getting beat for 4 turn, which he only didn't equip, so he probably has something else he's going to cast this turn. Or not, just keep the mana open.
So representing 6, maybe Darksteel Colossus, then Flare Husk costs 2. So the 3/3 Flash Flyer, those could be potential cards, or maybe there may be some instance that I can't think of right
maybe.
now.
Yeah.
Elspeth Terrell, here we go. Here's Christian's way of trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, so make some blockers maybe. Yep.
Make some guys.
Now at least he has some chumps to block with for a while.
And Skin Render. Looks like he wants to come in. Sean's ready to mark his life total down. Christian's just unsure if that's actually the line he wants to take.
Yeah, it's like, why'd you leave the 6 mana open? That's just probably asked how many cards in hand. Answered 2. Spread them out.
Yep, and there's a 3/3 flyer that I mentioned. There's a Sword of Feast and Famine in Christian's hand right now. All right.
Yeah, so it's one of those tells you leave 6 mana open and limited with cards in your hand, and
and there was a simple play. Like sometimes it's not totally obvious they have something, but when you have Flare Husk and it seemed like the only play is to equip it, you knew something was up.
Yeah. And now here's the equip.
Here we
Getting in
go.
there.
Porcelain Legionnaire is going to get eaten, probably chumped by a token. At least I assume.
Yeah,
would
it
be
looked like
chumped.
he was indicating at least the flyer was going at Elspeth. I'm not sure if he sent both of them there or not. So token chumps the Legionnaire.
And Elspeth goes by. So Elspeth turned out just to be 5 mana, make 3 1/1s.
Not ideal.
Yeah, not exactly ideal. That is not really how Christian's been winning the games these days, I bet.
No, probably not. So, but
Sword and Feast and Famine. There's an Oculus there ready to chump away, so it's not as good as it could be. Spread the Sickness. Gets rid of the flyer.
yeah, keep them all ground based where you can chump them. Sending in a token. You want to block? Yes.
Oculus gonna chump, draw. The swamp was drawn off the Oculus trigger.
Untap Porcelain Legionnaire. Got a spell.
And yeah, didn't see the spell. All these artifacts are unclear until they actually come into play.
Chumps the Legionnaire once again.
And that is the 2/2 guy that becomes unblockable for a blue for XC
Okay,
mana.
the Trespassing Soul Eater.
Josh Cole, your booster draft is waiting for you, Josh Cole.
Christian seems to have a lot of gas, but he can't break through. Can't find a way to.
It just can't seem to get ahead. Just kind of being able to kind of slowly lose ground.
His Lash Right in his hand, along with the Sword and Feast and Famine.
And there comes the sword.
Yeah.
And equip.
So Christian has to attack here because it is an unblockable, unblockable creature on the other side. So it doesn't matter. He can't just sit back on it.
Yeah, so does he want to block or not?
It's not a surprise to us to see these awesome mythic rares at the 7-0 table.
Yeah. It's been at the heart of a lot of stories. And so he takes the damage and discards the swamp.
Christian, remember, sitting at 9 life.
Puts it kind of precarious. So does he have another guy to follow up with?
There's a
Probably for blocker.
Phyrexian Rager.
Yeah,
It'll
so
drop down to 8.
loses another life, draws a card. What's on top of the deck?
Gets a
And
swamp.
Plays a swamp.
I don't see the if. What are these cards in his hands that? I know there's a Lash Right in there. Can't tell the rest.
And that was a spell he drew off as well, looked blue. But so right now board is Sean Weil with Porcelain Legionnaire equipped with Flare Husk and a Trespassing Soul Eater versus Christian's Phyrexian Rager and Skin Renderer equipped with
Sword of Feast and
Famine. And
The Land Wellspring.
The Land Wellspring just kind of sitting there waiting with lands on both sides. Both guys have six lands available to them and have enough colors probably to do whatever they want to do in their deck, most likely.
Sean being very careful here. That looks like a Tezzer's Gambit is one of his cards.
Yeah, you want to draw more cards? Usually want to draw more cards. Looks like he is.
Phyrexian.
So I think he made it unblockable first. So
did
with Phyrexian mana,
well, we'll see if the life total.
he seemed to indicate it.
Yeah, it was. Yep, you're correct. He did use Phyrexian mana.
So he's still showing his 6. So Christian's got to be wondering what does he have that costs 6? What's he keeping up for? Got to figure out. You have to block the
He might have
Legionnaire,
another
right?
Apostle Blessings. So he's going to. Yeah, you definitely block the Legionnaire there. You can't not block it. And it'll just. Alright, just dies right there. Three, 4, 5. Corrupted Conscience.
Oh,
And the
nice.
Apostle Blessing to save the day.
Yeah, that would have been brutal.
It could have been Christian could have been greedy and tried to save his Phyrexian Rager and kill the Porcelain Legionnaire, but saving the blessings in case there was something like the Corrupted Conscience shows how he's playing pretty tightly to make sure he's not.
Well, he's also getting a read on how Sean is tapping his lands and whatnot. Now he used Phyrexian mana to make the Trespasser, unblockable. So he had something that was going to be worthwhile. He's probably familiar enough with the format to recognize Corrupted Conscience as an option.
There's a Rusted Slasher. Now that helps get value out of the Wellspring. Sacks it, searches another land.
He plays his Swamp.
Now
Here comes into play tap, right? And then Origin Spellbomb. Getting in there.
I'm surprised he didn't make the token right there just because his lands were going to untap.
Could still do it in response to the trigger.
Yeah. Let's see how he does it.
So now Sean has discarded, so...
Yep, so he does do it in response to the trigger.
Exactly.
Draws his card. There comes
Makes
the
his mirror.
token. All the lands untap. No. Oh, there's a Lash Right.
The problem is
1,
he's
2,
facing
3.
down 3...
4, 5. 5 mana. Pip Driller. -1
Reduce
mana.
that guy. Turn it from a 3-turn clock to a 6-turn clock. Makes a difference. Pith Driller is still going to die to the Porcelain Legionnaire.
And the sword moves over to the token. And that was a pretty good turn by Christian there, it looks like.
Yes. All enabled by Sword of Feast and Famine.
Layer of Husk goes on to Mr. Unblockable, or Mr. Potentially Unblockable.
Yes. Because the Porcelain Legionnaire now, if he swung in, he'd get a guy, but he would have had to trade. It's not really going to help him at all. 11 life is kind of precarious still at the position where he has Sword of Feast and Famine against him.
See, that Pith Driller was really key getting to hit the unblockable because that changed the clock from 2 turns to 3 turns instead.
Yeah, it's very significant.
Player's thinking carefully here. Don't know what is in the hand, so not sure what the plan is. Porcelain Legionnaire here attacking would seem very awkward.
Yeah. What's he got?
All right, Dross Ripper and pass.
And Dross Ripper's been showing up at a lot of the top tables today.
Yeah, definitely.
I think every round I've been here, there's been a Dross Ripper at least on one side of the table.
Got some verdict. Sean's gonna have to get rid of a guy. Is Mr. Unblockable going? Goes down, loses a life.
Staring at 6-6 now. Now things look much more in Christian's favor.
And there you go. Christian sends everyone in and takes down Sean. So congratulations, Christian. Takes game 1. And as always, we'd like to remind you, Blame Killer Gaming, etc.com has all your Blame Killer merchandise, from shirts to monster binders. And of course, they have your Magic supplies, your Magic singles, anything you need to help you play the game of Magic. If you want to blame Kibler for anything, you can go to their Facebook group at tinyurl.com/blamekibler. That will redirect you to the group. Blame Kibler on the wall. Join many of the fans that are currently blaming Kibler. And of course, if you want to save a little money, and I know everyone wants to save money because Magic gets a little pricey sometimes, use the code GGsLive and you can save 10% on your entire order.
It's awesome. Always like to save money.
Most definitely.
It's value. It's like card advantage.
Yeah. You're gonna buy your cards anyways. Might as well save money, right?
Exactly.
Something interesting I noticed, not many of the players have been sideboarding during the feature matches here. I could think their decks are at the optimal build, or they just don't have anything in their sideboard that would fit them without changing colors.
I don't know, when Brian Cole was in the booth here with Rashad and I, we were talking. We had definitely talked about sideboarding and how you can find some unusual things to do with sideboarding.
Yeah,
So
yeah, you definitely can, but it seems like that no one has been really reaching for it. I might have missed one when I was on the sidelines.
I think there was one game. I think David Ochoa sideboarded some against Reitzel's Koth
Okay.
and Karn, but it didn't really do him any good. So.
Players are taking signups for the Elder Dragon Vault Commander Challenge. If you would like to play the Elder Dragon Vault Commander Challenge, please come sign up.
All right, decks are presented, and we're ready for game 2 here. Battle of the Undefeateds again. If you're just joining us, in the booth right now is myself, Ray Punzlan, and Eric of
McCormick.
Eric? I was just leaving you because I remember before you didn't want me to say your last name.
It's fine. It's too far out there now.
Mr. Suitcase, Eric McCormick, Mr. Suitcase, Monday Night Magic,
Yeah,
MTGcast.com.
all
Check it
kinds of
out.
places. Yeah.
Everywhere.
So, it's amazing. Christian's deck, it isn't so much that it feels like it's like completely overwhelming. Oh, there's Chancellor of the Dross. So already shifting some life totals around.
It's like he started with a Vanguard.
But it doesn't seem like he has anything that's, as he's playing, it just seems like it's just going, and all of a sudden it stabilizes and then it's the game over. So
Vault Scourge?
yes, love that guy. Even though he costs you 2 mana to play early like that, it's you just gain some life right back after he attacks.
And here's Peerless Mirror. Can't block Vault Scourge though. So Sean will be working on getting that life loss back.
Yeah, exactly. A 6-point swing in life seems small when you talk about it, losing 3, gaining 3. But already now with Phyrexian Mana Payment, it's already 15-23, which seems like a significant difference to me. It's kind of really quick, all of a sudden, boom, you're down 5. It's like, how'd that happen? Perilous Mirror on the other side as well.
So Christian missed a land drop there, unfortunately. Vault Scourge packs away. Peerless Mirror is not going to attack just so he doesn't have to lose his Vault Scourge. Mr. Unblockable is back. Geth's Verdict picked up. Still no land for Christian. This game could just be over quickly. And we get the
There's the Flare
tapper.
Husk.
Oh, is that Flare Husk? Yeah, it is Flare Husk.
yes.
He tapped 3 right away.
And he's equipping it to the Vault
Vault
Scourge, which is
Scourge.
why he tapped the 3rd.
And Phyrexian Mana use. We're going to come in for 4 damage. Sean wasting no time to work on Christian's life total.
Now, I don't blame him. I don't think you want him to get out of this mana screw.
Wait, Swamp picked up, so let's see if Christian could do something now. Could be too little too late, but
I don't know.
Some
His
crazy
deck
thing
seems
happened.
like it's built to kind of come back from and kind of stall things out. So I'd be interested to see what happens on the next attack phase here. And he's continuing to pay Phyrexian Mana to go ahead and make him unblockable, which is being offset by the Vault Scourge.
yeah, the early Chancellor's almost meaningless right now. So Geth's Verdict targeting Christian, targets himself in order to shoot down the
Vault Scourge.
It's either the Vault Scourge or the Unblockable.
Yeah, okay, so he goes for the unblockable. I don't think he's concerned about the life gain, it doesn't look like.
Yeah, what Christian's trying to do is just preserve his life total. And Phyrexian Crusader. I guess you're not too disappointed to see that one. Just because
Yeah.
something that doesn't attack your actual life total when that's being most threatened right now. Phyrexian Rager,
Draw that card.
Black Cleave Vampire.
Looks a little short on the Metalcraft now. So. Still light on lands. I mean, both these guys
both
are at
are
three lands. So
And we just haven't noticed Sean as much because he's been playing action turn after turn despite being only on 3 lands. Though Christian was on 2 for a while, so.
a little more noticeable.
Here's a Phyrexian Rager.
Draw of his own.
Swamp.
Plays the land, passes the turn, and picks up a white card.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Christian.
No, and
He just
packs
packs it
in.
up. He's like, I'm done with this. There's no point for me to playing. To game 3 we go. So
Very
not
two
a very,
pretty quick
yeah.
games.
Well, the first game was pretty. It was
There was
pretty,
a lot of back and forth,
back and
but-
forth there going on.
These guys both have a pretty. They're not a deliberate play style. They're pretty quick play style.
I also feel like Christian's deck, if they both draw reasonable, it seems Christian's deck's a little more powerful.
I think so. And then, oh man,
We
make the most
we
of
still
it.
haven't
Here's
seen
some
all.
sideboarding.
Okay, we're gonna see. Sean, I think who did he reach out for? Is that a Phyrexian Crusader he took out and deciding like maybe the Infect plan is not the plan I want to be on?
I did not see what card he flipped out real quick. I'm kind of curious to see what he might put in. Looks like he's looking between. Is that Ichor Wellspring and Skinwing? That was Skinwing. It looks like he pulled out.
I don't think that was Skinwing. Skinwing, is it? Oh no.
I think he just put in
Stoic Rebuttal for a small. Yeah, it was a Stoic Rebuttal he removed, and it looked like he just put in some creature. Some blue creature.
So it looks like he wants to shorten the game a little bit and just kind of beat down.
Yeah, Stoic Rebuttal aren't really that strong against more aggressive strategies. He knows the Elspeth's annoying, but
It
maybe
seems like
by
his-
that point the Elspeth maybe will be put him too far behind. He'll be too far behind, so he decided that he didn't need to Stoic Rebuttal.
Yeah,
So if he could play Elspeth, he's just hoping to have a good aggressive start.
yeah. And then if Elspeth ends up coming down, just take it out with damage, creature damage. So
Again, and with your flyers, things they can't really protect. Albeit that Christian can't really protect against for Elspeth. It doesn't seem like he has any flyers, or many, if any.
yeah, I wonder if Sean is a legacy player as well. His mat kind of features a bunch of like merfolk down there. I'm wondering if that's kind of a statement on his preferred legacy choice.
There's a Lord of Atlantis in there. It's a nice looking playmat though.
Yeah.
All right, Christian looked like he chose to draw.
It looks like he has Elspeth in his hand.
Does he have the lands to accompany it though? He does
there's
have two
these.
lands. Two lands, Elspeth. Not sure about how the rest of the curve looks like. Christian keeps it. Swamp and Flare Husk.
Ever popular Flare Husk here.
And
Swamp?
Swamp there. Flare Husk packs for 1. Porcelain Legionnaire paid with a Phyrexian mana.
Well, it's back on the fast beatdown. This looks like game 1 again.
Christian doesn't draw a land. He draws a Phyrexian Ranger, so he's going to need a land next turn.
Yeah, but this is how game 1 started off for Christian as well. He's getting beat down, and Phyrexian Rager for
Sean
as
is
well.
just curving up nicely here.
Yeah, and
Christian draws the land he needs, but it's already looking bad for him.
well, I mean, he's going to chump, so he's going to probably chump the Legionnaire, or maybe exchange Ragers.
It really depends what situation Sean presents here. If he attacks at all, he does attack with all. Okay, so Rangers will most definitely trade
He
here.
left the Flare Husk back, it looks like.
Yes,
Another
Sean
Rager.
is like, I've got more
man.
gas.
That's-
Rager replacing himself.
that's
No,
rough.
not a third land, but Christian picks up
Origin Spellbomb.
he has off the 4th land in hand, and plays Driller. Takes out the Porcelain Legionnaire, and now this card has stabilized the game.
Yeah, Pith Driller is a great card in this format because of your 1 toughness guys, or just shrinking somebody up, and then being a 2/4, he can block pretty well.
Okay, it's Piston Sledge goes on to Phyrexian Rager. Let's see what Christian's thinking here.
Yeah, well, that's a big power.
6 damage and doesn't know. Christian's sitting at 9 life.
Yeah, you kind of have to block that.
Chumps right there. All right, so Origin Spellbomb. Still in Christian's hand.
Yeah, it's a matter of, okay, what order do I want to do these things in? What can I, let's play the Origin Spellbomb. Gonna make my mirror, draw my card.
So we have another chump blocker for Christian. Draws the planes. Let's see if he has a 2-mana
Plays it.
spell. So at least now with in this position, Christian's going to be able to play his Elspeth, create more blockers, and hopefully buy him some time.
And it seems to be a integral component to his game plan. Just kind of buy some time, make some dudes. So, is he gonna take it? No.
All right, Christian drops to 8. Still stuck on 3 land for Sean, but
His deck seems to be able to operate on 3 land. I wonder how many land he's running total.
there's
And
the
there's the
unblockable.
unblockable Soul Leader again.
Yeah, that's not going to be very good here for Christian. So instead of being able to play his Elspeth, he's going to have to look for a way to deal with the unblockable creature.
You may have to play the Elspeth anyway to make blockers if you don't have something you can throw down in front of the Phyrexian Rager with a piston sledge. Here it
There's
comes.
Elspeth. All right.
If nothing else, it makes 2 guys and gains you some life.
It makes
Yeah,
it
effectively.
does make 3. I don't know where. I guess they're short on tokens there. There should be plenty of tokens.
And here comes another token.
I guess people are walking away with the tokens in the middle after.
Well,
the
when you
game.
got spiffy-looking tokens like that, who can blame them?
We've been out for a while, so now that we're back with them, everyone's trying to get him again. All right. So Sean has some options here.
He says, "Come on, bring it on." They all swing in. I wonder if who's designated for Elspeth, if anyone.
Also,
Oh, so he didn't make him unblockable. That's interesting.
yeah, I'm kind of surprised by that.
Chumps takes out the unblockable guy. Elspeth going to make another few tokens, you think?
And there's Vault Scourge, Phyrexian and Oculus. So Elspeth will get another use. It's pretty nice for Christian here.
Yeah, preserve that life total, make some blockers, and be able to get another activation out. So 4 mana.
Magic players.
It draws a swamp for Skin Render now. Things
Wow.
are slowly turning up for Christian here.
Skin Render is great. Kills the flyer, gives him another blocker. I was going to buy him some more time, and so he's thinking about what he wants to do with Elspeth.
Goes to
Looks like it goes to 4, so the ticks are up.
Christian gains a life. He does have Apostle Blessing in his hand, so I see the play he's looking for. He has to hope that Sean just doesn't have a way to stop this.
So you think he's gonna play it on his
Skin
guy
Render.
for black, so he can survive the block,
Yeah.
and hope that he doesn't have anything besides black removal. There he comes. Here comes in piston sledged Phyrexian Rager, and you're moving in front.
Oh, doesn't use it.
He's been incredibly patient with his removal and things.
Now here's a Bat Mother,
Ooh.
but Elspeth has has some ways to slow that Bat Mother down.
Yeah.
Maybe Sean will whittle away the poison, but it seems unlikely.
I've
right
seen
right now, at least.
Yeah, I've certainly seen that mother kill people. As far as its controller. Elspeth making some more tokens. That's not unexpected. So, what's he gonna do with his 6 mana now?
He does have plenty of plays. Here is a.
Is that the land wellspring in his hand on the top?
Yep, there's a Wellspring. And he does have the Restless Slasher in his hand. There's 0 poison for each player right now, for those wondering. It's another swamp.
So Sean definitely has the strong poison plan B. Or maybe regular damage is his plan B.
There's a tapper.
Yep. That will make the Bat Mother dangerous to Sean.
Yeah, if the tapper starts, it's basically tap, and you gain 1 poison. You can't do anything to me.
Exactly.
Oh, what was this card just drawn?
He doesn't have the white mana up to, well, and it's summoning sick right now. So one of those Elspeth tokens will need to chump for now.
Happily will trump too.
Oh yeah.
Well, maybe he don't. Maybe they don't even need to. He has 0 poison.
That's true. I don't know.
Well, he has to think about the
My
proliferate.
Yeah, in my mind, if you can avoid the first
Possibilities
poison
too.
for
Yeah.
just the token, it seems worth it to me. But we'll see what Christian thinks about
Yeah.
that.
All right, and Bat Mother
And chump.
there's a chump.
Yeah, so he doesn't want to pick up any of that poison.
Here's Dross Ripper.
The ever popular Dross Ripper. So Christian gets to untap, and
Draws a Gold Mirror.
okay, so that's not going to do a lot, but it's another body.
4 mana. Slasher.
So
Christian
you can
could play what else does he have? Is a Gold Mirror he could possibly play?
yeah, he wants to leave at least one wide open, though, probably for the tapper.
Here's the cash, the food sales out in the lobby will be closing down in about 15
Wellspring,
minutes.
stacked to the Slasher. Swamp searched up by Christian.
Food that's nice and close right outside the front door. So if you're hungry and you want to get something.
So, and Paul Reitzel lost his first match of the tournament. So he's now 7-1.
Right, Elspeth still hasn't been used, but a Wellspring was searched up land, so we assume another play coming up. Oh, it did. Oh, maybe Elspeth was used. Did Elspeth gain life there? Yep, it did.
Yeah.
So Elspeth gained life there. 2 swamps, 2 planes up for Christian. I think he has a Geth's Verdict and Apostle's Blessing.
Yeah. So you want to probably. I don't know that you still want to use that verdict if you're with your tapper being able to keep the Bat Mother down. He seems perfectly willing to play the long game. Taps the Bat Mother. So some updates on some other folks. Kibler's still alive at 6-2, and the winner of this match may end up getting to play LSV, who's undefeated at this point.
LSB showing his dominance after a great performance at the Pro Tour. Dross Ripper comes. Christian will put out his Slasher. Will not sack any artifacts to regenerate it. 5th Driller. Targeting a token. And
Reduce the number of guys.
Christian's marking now doing something. Right, and lets his guy die. Draws a swamp for his turn. Elspeth, I believe, standing at 4 counters.
Yeah, so what's he doing with Elspeth? Looks like he's gaining... Nope, making more tokens.
Makes more tokens there.
So he's got four soldier tokens there, and your tapper. So it's I don't know. It looks like it's going to be tough for Sean to break through there.
Tezzer's Gambit by Christian Valenti. Draw some cards there.
Phyrexian mana use, from some of that mana life he's gained from Elspeth.
He has Goldmere Swamp, Apostle's Blessing, and I believe Geth's Verdict in his hand. 1, 2, 3 mana. It's another. Oh, Sword of Feast and Famine.
Yeah, Sword of Feast and Famine is so nice. So the non-black creatures on on Sean's side consists just of the Oculus.
Sword and Feast of Am is going to be
That's a beating.
very good card for Christian here.
Yeah.
Or it's always a very good card, but in this situation,
Well, yeah, when your opponent has pretty much an all-black board, it's great. So we'll just have to see, exactly how he's going to play this. And Sean still, mana light on 4 lands.
taps the Bat Mother. His poison count slowly ticking up.
Kind of have to wonder if he's going to be content to just go ahead and poison him out. I don't know that I would. That's a lot. That's 7 turns of a long time. So he's going to come in with the Pith Driller and the Germ token from the Flare Husk. And we've got tokens who are going to go take it for the team. The Germ token dies, so Flare Husk is on its own. So we'll see where that gets equipped. It and Pitched Sledge right now are just sitting off to the side.
Grasp takes out the tapper.
That's big. Makes the Bat Mother alive, unless he
Well, then
protects it.
because then Christian could just equip a token with the sword and give it Pearl Black.
That's true. And just move it around to be able to attack in and still be able to block.
And so Christian's thinking about using an Apostle's Blessing now. We know that he's very, very patient, and he's trying to decide: is this the time to use it? Is now the time?
I mean, theoretically, you don't have to let him get a card from the Oculus. You could tap that down instead of the Bat Mother and move the sword around and whatnot. But that's not what he's looking for. So ups the power on the Oculus.
All right, for the turn is a Swamp.
And
Geth's Verdict.
yeah, now that he can't cap down the Bat Mother, he's Pith Driller taking one for the team.
Oculus is on chumping duties.
Yeah, really. We want to avoid that hit. It's a lot of mana to untap. Goldmere comes down. Been holding that for a long time. And the token's getting in there wearing Sword of Feast and Famine.
So Oculus is probably going to chump here.
Yeah, I wonder if does Sean have any tricks to do the extra damage to take care of that token? Draws his card from the Oculus.
More
and
tokens.
gets to make some more tokens.
Let's see if sword gets moved around or not. Oh, he probably won't, because then his token dies. He could just chump Bat Mother.
Yeah.
He just wants to leave it there and represent his Apostle's Blessing. Bat Mother will take up again on the poison count.
And there's no reason to use Apostle's Blessing unless something weird's going on.
Yeah, and Christian already saw Corrupted Conscience and things like that. I think he probably was trying to use it at the perfect moment to win the game.
Yeah. Life totals 10 to 11 in favor of Sean, but the board position certainly favors Christian. 4 poison counters for Sean as well from his own Bat Mother, and here comes another Oculus and getting equipped with the Flare Husk. So now we have another Oculus where we can draw some more cards and see if they can stall this out a little longer. That Bat Mother is going to become a real problem, though, before too long.
It's 6 turns until he's dead.
Yeah, he's almost through half of his life with that. Half of his poison life. And it doesn't look like it's getting through anytime soon.
There is a Elspeth still on the board that you guys can't see. It's just
It's
being
off the bottom
pushed
of the
off
screen.
because of the tokens. It's so busy bringing the soldiers to battle.
I figure it's going to gain some life again probably next.
Go for
the throat on the Phyrexian Bat Mother. Well, don't have to worry about being poisoned to death by your own guy now. He's getting pretty close to the point where he's going to have an Alpha Strike coming up. And speak of the devil. So put some real pressure on it. Jumps in front of the Sword of Feast and Famine, that's fine. taking 4 damage from the other tokens. No more creatures on Sean's side of the board, so definitely not a very threatening piece there. I know Christian's got to be feeling like he's probably back in control of the game now. Is Corrupted Conscience in Sean's hand?
I think I saw it, but
So I thought it floated to the top there for a little bit.
what is it going to do here? They're all just nothings.
They're all just little dorks, yeah.
All right, this Spire going to hop in here again. 3/3 flying.
Yeah, see, now's a point in time when you're not really suspicious. He's been holding cards for a long time. It doesn't look like he has any action.
There he comes again, Spire Serpent.
And going to jump in front probably of the sorted guy. Oh, no. He's killing one of the non-sorted tokens. And that's it. That's game. So Christian takes it down in game 3.
Yeah, that was a very good game, but it showed the power of his mythics right there. So congratulations, Christian Valenti. He's going to be 8-0 now. One more round to go. Probably going to face LSB, one of the undefeateds, a chance to face him. Christian won there.
Yeah, you kind of have to wonder. It looked like he had an opportunity to make his Soul Eater unblockable early and kill off Elspeth, and he didn't. Sean passed that off.
That was very interesting.